Okay. Hey guys, I am so glad you got on. So I'm just gonna do a quick introduction here, and then I'm just gonna hand it over to Tara so that we can get right into this. I'm so excited. I'm all set with like my book and my pen, ready to take notes. Um, so Tara's hosting our call tonight about staying consistent. Her system that she has going is literally like blew my mind when she was telling me about it. And how she just stays on her business and stays organized with such a crazy schedule. This girl is like the definition of busy. She works full time. She takes call for a week at a time every other week. So she's on call 2 weeks out of the month, and she still doesn't leave room for excuses. So I think we could all learn something from her and what she's going to share tonight. So I'm going to pass it right over so we can get started and we don't waste any time. So Tara, go ahead and I will mute myself too.
Okay. Hey everyone, I think I know you guys that's on the call right now, but I am Tara and I've been a coach for a little over a year now. And like Megan was saying, I have a pretty crazy schedule, and I feel like probably the past 3 or 4 months I've really figured out a system to organize everything and to work more efficiently. I know in the past I've watched like a ton of different videos on organization, and I've tried different ways. I've tried binders, I've tried lists, I've tried stuff on Google. I've tried like Excel worksheets and stuff, and just I did not get into a groove until a few months ago. So I just wanted to share the stuff that was working for me. I know everybody's different, but maybe just some of these things will be great tips for you guys. So I actually left my planner at work today, so I can't actually visually show you my planner. But what I do with my planner is I take that little schedule that Tate does for us in Post and Beautiful Nation and Fly Nation, and I write down everything on my calendar. I'll write down all the team calls, all the glance into coaching groups, all the free groups, all of everything in Fly Nation and Beautiful Nation. I'll write down my work schedule in it, and then I'll start writing down all my follow-ups. So say I talked with somebody about a program, and they weren't ready, but they said to follow up with them in a few weeks, I write that in my schedule. If somebody ordered a challenge pack from me and I see that in my back office, I write in my planner for 2 weeks later to follow up, make sure they got it, see if they had any questions. If they haven't spoken with me already, make sure they know Shakeology is on HD, make sure they know that the bod is, they have a 30-day trial, but then they'll be charged for it, all that good stuff, just so I have a visual of everything in my planner. Which I mean seems kind of generic, and I'm sure you guys have come up with a better system that works for you. But to track all my prospects and like my challengers and my coaches and any potential customers and any potential challengers, I use mostly pen to paper. I'm really into binders. So I have like multiple different binders here, like every color. And I just wanted to go over kind of what I do in the binders because this might be helpful for you guys. So in like, say, this binder here, I have my personally sponsored coaches. So this is anybody that is a coach underneath me. I just kind of have a sheet that I fill out. I don't know if you guys can see this here. It just has their name, their email, their coach ID, and usually underneath, which I have been kind of lazy lately, I'll write like what programs they've tried, like what kind of Shakeology, like they're getting started right calls, any of their goals, anything they need help with, anything about the person so that it's easy to access when we do talk again. And then also in this binder, I have all my Success Club leads, and they're all, I don't know, again, if you can see this, but I have all the letters over here so that they're alphabetical. And I do them alphabetical by their first name, not their last name, because especially when I get to my challengers, as you guys know on Facebook, not everybody uses their first and their last name. So I like to track them with their first name. So I have all my leads that I've gained through Beachbody and through the Success Club programs. And then I have all my previous customers and challengers in here So this is anybody that has purchased something in the past but didn't want to be part of my challenge group, or anybody that was a challenger that didn't want to continue being a challenger, just so that I know they do have a Team Beachbody account underneath me. I kind of write down what group they were in, why they didn't want to continue, or what they purchased and why they didn't want to do the challenge groups. Just so that I have easy access to all of that instead of scrolling through your back office. Sometimes you have so many customers, it's hard to go through everything there, even though there are great filter systems. So that's one binder I have. Another binder I have is all my challengers. So right now I'm running a revolving challenge group. So my group started January 1st, and it's just been running month after month, week after week, day after day. Each month I kind of switch it up a little bit, and it's gotten pretty big. I think there's 90 something challengers in there. So that sometimes can be hard to keep track of. So I, again, have used like the alphabetical tabs. And once they sign up for a Beachbody account and they're in my challenge group, I write their name down, like when they joined. And then I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'll just write down like little information about if they purchased a program, if they had a program, if they're interested in a program, kind of a little bit about them. Like Jessica Smith she's a stay-at-home mom with 5 kids. Any of their goals that they have. If they've reached some of their goals, I'll write it down in here, just so I can kind of keep tabs on them instead of scrolling back through Facebook, looking at all the messages. To me, it's a little easier just to pull out my binder, go to their name, and look at what we've talked about, what they've done, what they struggle with, like what they want to accomplish. I've realized that that's a much better system for me than trying to remember everything, because I do not have a good memory. And then in my last binder, which I think is the most important binder, is all my follow-ups in my potential customers, challengers, coach prospects. And in the beginning, everybody told me to make lists. And I just kind of put it on the back burner. And I was like, oh no, I'll remember who is a potential challenger, like who I want to invite to the coaching opportunity. And I never actually made lists. But when I started making lists, I realized how important it is. So just do it. It might seem silly. It might seem tedious. You might only have one person on that list right now, but it's going to be so helpful for you like later on in your business. But so in here I have my challenger prospects. So again, I just made up like little generic sheets here. And for my challenger prospects, I have it into 2 different categories. So I have it into anybody that I talked to that showed interest, and anybody I talked to that we talked about signing up for the free Team Beachbody account, but they haven't signed up yet. Because once they sign up, then they go into my challenger binder and into my challenger group. But this makes it really easy for me. If, say, I'm hosting a free clean eating group, I'll go back through and I'll message all of these people and say, hey, I'm running a free clean eating group. I know you showed interest in the past. Just wondering if you wanted to join us, that sort of message. But since I have a list here and I don't have to scroll back through all my Facebook messages, all my text messages, it just makes it a lot more like efficient for my time. To just have all their names right there. I also have like my customer prospects in here. So this is anybody who I've ever talked about like a program, a product with, who has ever asked me a question about it, even if they never said they were interested. If we just talked about it, their name goes in here, because it's very easy for me to go through all of this. If, say, 21 Day Fix goes on sale May 1st, then I can go through and see anybody that was interested in that program and follow up with them. I can start messaging them, see how things have been going, building that relationship with them using, the form, kind of about, family, occupation, whatever else. And then not directly bring up the 21 Day Fixes on sale, but it will come up in conversation later on. So it kind of lets me focus in on those people that may help me, get the Success Club points. They may become a challenger that month. It just makes it so much easier to already have the list there and just be able to immediately go to it and message those 5 people that were interested in it. Same with the coach prospects. So like here, again, you guys might be able to see this. I just have their name, the day I talked to them, if they were put in a glance group, and then just little notes on them. Because I will put people's name on here who is on my dream team that I want to message that I haven't gained enough balls yet to message. I will put on here like people I have talked to that were interested in the glance group, or people that have joined the glance into coaching group. They all go into here so that I can easily, you know, go back to them, see what their like if they were in a glance group, if they had objections, like what their objections were, so that I can follow up with them. If they were like, I'm not ready right now, like maybe in a few months, I can go back through here and in a few months easily message them and let them know that we have another glance group that they can join to refresh themselves on the details. But it's just so much easier to have lists. Like I, again, never thought about the list. I hated the list. I hated the idea. I thought it was silly. But now that I have the list, it makes my time, I get to use my time so much more efficiently. I know I'm kind of going fast and rambling, but I know you guys have stuff to do. So I'd like just, you know, to get in all the juicy details that I can and everything that's helped me. So I track all my, I know some of you probably do this and some don't, but I track all my Facebook friends, and then I track who I've invited to my challenge groups or the coaching opportunity from Instagram. Because again, once you get so far into the business, you kind of start forgetting who you've talked to, what they've said, and what their objections were, why they didn't want to join the group. If you're already asked them 40 times and they're like, hey dude, like you keep asking me and and I keep telling you no. But I do that all. I don't know if I can, let me try to share my screen. Can you guys see that screen? Yeah. Okay. So over here I have like my Facebook friends. So you guys should see the Excel document, right? Yeah. Okay. So there is a way in Fly Nation, I don't think it's a Beautiful Nation, that you can extract all your current Facebook friends and you can put them into an Excel document. So that's what I first started, I did, and I put into here. And then once I started adding people to Facebook, I started just adding them into this Excel document. So anytime somebody actually adds me, and so that we're Facebook friends now, I will put them in here. So you don't actually have to do it alphabetical order. It will sort it for you once you put them in. So I do their name, the day I added them to Facebook, and then the day I invited them to the challenge group, to the coaching opportunity, whatever it was. I like to do this because the day I added them to Facebook, if I just added them a week ago, I don't want to message them today and ask them to join my challenge group because I haven't formed a relationship with them. They don't know me. They think I'm creepy. They're probably going to delete me or not message me, block me, whatever they're going to do. So I like to see, and I like to invite people that I've been friends with for a while, or that I've built a relationship with. Once they do become my challenger, I delete them from this list because this list would be way too long if everybody was on there. Or if I go back through and I say today I want to invite a few people I've been friends with, like do a cold invite. So I decided I wanted to invite Amanda Hargett. So I get on Facebook, I'll look her up, maybe comment on some of her stuff, and then I'll send her a message like, hey girl, like I don't know if this is anything you're interested in, but I run these accountability groups on Facebook, like they're really fun, blah, 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 blah. So then I'll put my date invited. If I do have any notes about her, if she writes back, doesn't write back, or if she says she's a Beachbody coach or whatever. But I can easily come back to this list and say somebody liked my photo where I was like, hey, like this, or comment below if you want to join the challenge group. And somebody comments on it. I can come to this list and easily see if I have already invited them, messaged them, instead of scrolling back through all my Facebook messages. So this has just been a really good tool for me, because I also, which just might be taking it a little too far, on Facebook, I make lists of friends. So I will make like a list for friends that have showed interest in the challenge groups. I will make them for people I added to my network in January, people I added in February, people I added in March. So if I sort by the date I added them, then I can add them into this like little list on Facebook. That way, when I click on that list, I will only see those people's Facebook information. So instead of scrolling through my Facebook stuff, missing people, not being able to build a relationship with them, I can go to January ads. Actually, I mean, I can probably, I don't know if my internet will let me pull it up. Okay, so here on Friends, you can make lists. So see how I have March ads, February ads, January ads, Challenger prospects, which was anybody I talked to about challenge groups that showed interest. Obviously, we want to build relationships with these people before coming out and inviting them to be in our challenge group and looking like a creep. So when you go on this list, it just brings up those people that you added to that list. So, you know, I can scroll through and comment on some of their stuff, because Facebook has algorithms and it will prevent you from seeing people's stuff if you're not already engaging with them, if they're not already engaging with you. So this is just a way, like, so say I had 20 ads in January. So on this January ad list, I'm only going to see those 20 people's stuff that they post on their news feed. So again, that was a little off topic, but so when I don't know if I can, here's my Instagram. So with Instagram, I don't know if everybody uses Instagram on here, but it's a little different and it's a little harder to track your followers, I feel, because people come and go so often. So I only track by the people I invited. Instead of like who added me, I added them. So if I sent them a message inviting them to my challenge group or inviting them the coaching opportunity, I put their Instagram name here and the date I invited them, any notes I have for them, and then if I switch them to Facebook or not, because then they'll go to my Facebook list. But this helps because I haven't really gotten a hang of the Instagram messaging system, and I don't really like scrolling back through it. I feel like I miss a lot. So if I saw somebody like commenting on all my fitness stuff and I'm like, hey, have I messaged her before? I can just pull up this list and easily see if I have messaged her and what she said. Or if we are Facebook friends now, because I have done the message them on Instagram, ask them to be my Facebook friend, and they're like, oh, we're already Facebook friends. And I'm like, oh, now I feel like an idiot. So I just feel like these lists are really, really important to me, and they've really helped me organize everybody and everything, because you should be adding to your network. I add 15 to 20 people a day. I'm not going to say that many people add me back, but that's how many requests I send out. So that's a ton of people that you need to be tracking, making sure that you are forming relationships with, that you don't forget about and you don't just let go to the back burner. Another great thing that I do, let me pull back up my Facebook. So on your Facebook, if you go into your messages, I'm sure you guys know about archiving, but for you guys that don't, so say I wanted to archive Elizabeth's message because I was done talking to her. It goes into a different folder over here, archived, and these are all your archived messages. I like my inbox to be pretty clean. I do an inbox sweep probably twice a week. So anybody that I messaged and didn't message me back goes into the archived file. Anybody that I'm done talking to at that moment goes into the archived file, just so I only have like the most important messages that I need to follow up with, or anything that I'm still working on in my inbox, and it doesn't get all like, I don't miss anything. It doesn't get like jumbled into all the other ones, because when somebody messages you, it will get taken back to your inbox. So if I sent out a hey girl and they hadn't replied to me when I did my inbox sweep, if they reply to me afterwards, it'll come back to my inbox. So it doesn't matter that I put it in archived or not, but it just kind of cleans up your inbox so you're not scrolling through 50 messages trying to find the one you're like, I knew this girl like wanted this program, like who was it? Again, that's why you have your list in your binder. But even though I rambled, I think I went through everything that I wanted to go through. Let me stop sharing my screen. Okay, there we go. I'm back to normal. I know I rambled. I know it was kind of all over the place. Like I wish I would have had time to make like a PowerPoint. If I do come up with some extra time, I will make a PowerPoint so that there can kind of be slides and you guys can kind of look at it yourself and see what will work for you guys. But, I mean, if you have any questions, I mean, you can ask right now or even just comment below on this in the group. If I think of anything else, I will definitely let you guys know, but I think I covered everything I wanted to.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. Like, I was like, I'm literally going to have to watch the recording because there's like so much stuff.
Yeah.
I do have one question. Where can you get like the A to Z? Because basically at like Staples or anywhere.
Yeah, you can get them at Walmart, at Target, Walgreens. I had never seen them before until I was like looking for certain tab dividers. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's going to make my life so much simpler. Plus I hate alphabetical order, so that's like so easy. Just all the A's go in A.
Perfect. I love that so much. The other question I had is your sheets. Would you be okay with maybe sharing those in the file in the group, like your sheets that you've made up for like the notes and stuff? Just so I feel like the visuals were kind of hard to catch. Over this, it's a little bit harder. So if you could just share those in the team page, in the file section, that would be awesome. Yeah. I think that would be very helpful.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. That might make more sense.
Does anyone else have any questions, you guys? There's a chat box, so if you can't unmute to ask a question, there is a chat box that you guys can type in, or just feel free to talk if you're unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sometimes it doesn't go through. I don't really have a question, but so I've only been doing the coaching thing for like a month, and I stalk your Facebook page. Like, you do such a good job with it, and it's like simple stuff, and I feel like sometimes I try to do too much, and I go and look at your page, and I'm like, oh my God, like that's so simple and it's so good. So keep up what you're doing with that, because I love it. So I do have a question then. Instagram, which I love, but I don't get anything from it yet anyway. So you just kind of message the people that are liking your things. Have you gotten a lot of interest from that? Because I feel like most of the people that do, and I've switched up my hashtags like crazy. Most of the people that do like my stuff are already involved in fitness somehow. So I don't know, how do I get people from Instagram?
I actually just probably in the last 6 months have really tapped into the Instagram market. And probably 30 of my challengers this year are from Instagram. So what I've kind of realized works best for me is that I have to go and find people and friend people myself. And I'm not going to use fitness hashtags. I'm not going to use anything that has to do with Beachbody. I'm going to hashtag stuff to do with my job, to do with my hobbies. So I'll do a lot of ultrasound, sonographer, healthcare worker, nursing. I'll do I like Hello Kitty. I like coffee. Just hiking, just activities like that. And I will go and I will friend them so that they'll friend me back. I will then, comment on some of their stuff, their stuff. And then I will send them a Hey Girl message. And my Hey Girl message, I think I have, no, I don't. Just says something generic Hey girl, I've been following you on Instagram for a while and I really love your vibes. I host free Facebook accountability groups that are full of so many empowering women, and we just work towards our health and fitness goals together. There's such positive vibes, and I really think that you would like it. If you'd like to check it out or get some more information, I would love that. XO Tara or something generic like that.
Yeah.
And so I actually do all the legwork. And so that's been like harder for me, but I have gotten a ton of challengers from it recently. So I mean, just go out, use those hashtags that have nothing to do with fitness, nothing to do with Beachbody. Find people that you actually would want to be friends with. You know, kind of comment on their stuff, like their stuff, maybe ask them questions about some of their stuff, and then, you know, just reach out. And even if you just reach out and you're like, hey girl, I really liked that picture of your outfit you wore the other night. Like, where did you get it? And then, you know, just like little things like that. Like most of the time I just do cold invites. Sometimes I will do like, you know, building the relationship and like asking them questions. And a few days later, you know, like kind of chatting with them some more. And then a few days later be like, hey, I've been meaning to ask you, would you be interested in the Facebook accountability groups I host on Facebook, whatever. But so yeah, I do most of the legwork.
And I guess it's more of like a long game than
yeah.
All right. I'll try a couple of those things. Thank you.
Hey, Tara.
Hi.
Hey, where can we find those things to import through Fly Nation? You said there was something that we could import all of our friends.
Yeah, I'll search and see if I can find it, and then I'll actually post it in like Beautiful Nation and Team Create and Expire. It was forever.
Okay, awesome.
I'm sure if I put in the search tab that I'll be able to find it.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, I think that's it for tonight. I think we're going to be out of time here in a second. I didn't see like the 10-minute thing, but who knows? It might shut off on us. Guys,
I put it in for an hour.
Well, it's fine if it works. Usually it only works for 30 on the free one. But no, that's awesome. If you guys have any more questions, feel free. You know, there's a thread in Beautiful Nation. There's a thread in Create and Inspire. Tara, you know, she's more than happy to share her knowledge with you. If you'd be more comfortable to personal message her, you know, I know that she would be fine with helping you guys. And Tara, thank you so much for this call. It was so good. Like, my wheels are turning right now, and I just feel like I'm going to spend the whole weekend getting organized. So thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, giving all that information so, you know, freely. That's the best thing about this business is like, you know, whatever you have, you share, because we all want everyone to do good. So thank you so much for that, and I will let you close it out.
All right. Thank you, guys.